process of making M&Ms begins with crafting the finest chocolate. The cocoa is primarily sourced from tropical regions in West Africa, Latin America, and parts of Asia, key areas for chocolate production. At the initial stage, milk, cocoa liquor, sugar, and cocoa butter are combined to create the chocolate mixture. Cocoa liquor is a liquid substance made from ground cocoa beans, containing both cocoa fat and cocoa solids. Cocoa butter gives the chocolate its signature smooth, creamy texture. Sugar is added to sweeten the mixture and balance out the bitterness of the cocoa. To create milk chocolate, powdered milk is used. In production, these ingredients are mixed together in large vats until they form a uniform chocolate mass. At the factory, a massive tank processes over 130,000 pounds of chocolate every day. After the chocolate mixture is prepared, it undergoes refining to remove excess particles and achieve a smooth texture. Refining involves processing the chocolate mass to create a finer consistency. The chocolate passes through several refiners that reduce the size of the particles to the desired specifications. As a result, the semi-liquid mass transforms into a fine powder. In M&Ms, the size of the refined particles can reach as small as 20 microns, giving the chocolate its delightful melt-in-your-mouth sensation. This refined chocolate becomes the heart of each delicious candy. Following the refining process, the cocoa powder goes through a stage called conching, which takes place in large machines known as conches. During this process, the powder is mixed with additional cocoa butter and cocoa liquor. Inside the conches, the mixture is heated and stirred for an extended period. This step helps further reduce the tiny particles and remove excess moisture, improving the flavor and texture of the chocolate. After refining and conching, the chocolate reaches the perfect texture and flavor. At this stage, the melted chocolate is shaped into tiny solid pieces called lenses. The chocolate is poured into special molds with a small, rounded structure where the M&Ms are formed. These molds create the signature rounded and slightly flattened shape of the candy. Once molded, the chocolate centers are cooled on the production line using refrigeration tunnels. This step allows the chocolate cores to harden, making them sturdy enough to handle during the next stages without losing their shape. After cooling, the cores go through a sieving process, which mechanically separates and sorts the pieces. This filter removes any excess chocolate that may have formed during molding. Only the perfectly shaped cores move on to the next stage of production. Once the chocolate centers have reached the perfect shape, they are placed in large rotating drums for the application of the sugar coating. It's at this stage that the famous chocolate candies get their signature crispy and colorful outer layer. The drums continuously rotate to ensure the sweet sugar glaze evenly covers each piece. As the drums spin, a liquid sugar syrup is applied to the chocolate centers. This syrup, made primarily of sugar and glucose, forms the outer shell of the M&Ms. During the spinning process, the syrup is evenly distributed over each candy. After every layer of syrup is applied, the candies are dried. The moisture from the syrup gradually evaporates, causing the coating to harden and form a crispy layer around the chocolate core, preventing it from melting when touched. This process is repeated several times, adding new layers of sugar. Next comes polishing, which gives the candy a smooth and shiny finish. Once the M&Ms are covered with a hardened and polished coating, they are placed in special trays for alignment. These trays ensure the candies are properly positioned for the printing of the letter M. The method used to apply the letter to each candy is known as pad printing, a technique that allows for precise printing on rounded surfaces. The candies are then quickly dried to set the ink firmly on the surface without affecting the shine. M&M's candies are sorted by color. Candies of each shade are matched with others of the same hue to ensure even color combinations in the packaging. This meticulous process guarantees a uniform distribution of colors in every package. Before packaging, candies of different colors are mixed together through an automated process. Specialized machines ensure that the mixture is consistent, maintaining the set proportions. Once the product is ready, it moves to the packaging department, where it is carefully weighed to make sure each bag contains the correct number of candies. Then, the M&Ms are packaged using an automated system that ensures both speed and accuracy. The bags are sealed tightly to preserve the freshness of the candies and protect them from moisture and other factors that could affect their quality. The machines gather the bags and place them into boxes, which are then sent to a palletizer for stacking onto pallets. The pallets are loaded onto trucks, and the M&Ms are delivered to customers across the country. The factory operates around the clock, 7 days a week. The original M&M's factory in New Jersey remains one of the leading producers for the North American market. The history of M&M's is filled with fascinating moments and innovations that have contributed to their worldwide popularity. One such milestone was the introduction of the blue M&Ms, which added a splash of brightness and variety to the already beloved candy palette. In 1995, Mars decided to hold a worldwide vote among consumers to choose a new color for the M&M's candies. This was part of a major marketing campaign aimed at refreshing the brand and attracting public attention. Consumers were given the choice between 3 colors: blue, pink, and purple. As a result of the vote, in which millions of people from around the globe participated, blue emerged as the winner. Blue M&Ms replaced the light brown candies that had been part of the original color palette since the brand's inception. The introduction of the blue color not only gave the product a fresh look, but also symbolized the company's strong connection with its consumers, showing that customer feedback plays an important role in the brand's development. The addition of blue M&Ms became a landmark event, solidifying the brand's position in the market and demonstrating its ability to adapt to audience preferences. Since then, blue M&Ms have become a staple in the classic assortment, delighting fans with their vibrant hue and consistent flavor. The history of M&Ms began in 1941, when Forrest Mars invented the candy as a creative solution to keep chocolate solid in hot conditions. He was inspired by a technique he observed during the Spanish Civil War, where soldiers enjoyed chocolate bowls coated with sugar that didn't melt in the sun. Mars decided to develop a similar candy in the United States, and it became a massive success, especially during World War II. M&Ms were the perfect treat for soldiers because of their durability and portability. The sugar coating prevented the chocolate from melting, making them ideal for hot climates and easy to include in military rations. As the brand grew, it introduced new innovations and updates, one of the most notable being the introduction of blue M&Ms.